back to the 523 podcast. We took 2 weeks off, and we are back for the podcast that is about community involvement, menswear, and entrepreneurship. And today it's just me and my co-host Andrea Andrews.
Hey.
Hey, and I'm Devin Corbello, for those who don't know. And it's good to be back. We took 2 weeks off just to kind of take a break, and I was out of town, and I missed it. I missed getting together and talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you did or not. Did
Yeah.
You? Yeah. I was thinking about that on the way over here. It's just like it's good to be back behind the mic. We don't have a guest today. It's just Andrea and I, like I said, and it's officially spring. Mm-hmm. So we're going to talk about spring fashion for sure. Yeah. And kind of what I'm seeing around for menswear and what spring and summer have. Because spring and fall are like the big like transition periods for fashion, especially in menswear. So everyone is like, right now they're getting stuff for spring and fall, which here in Louisiana, I'm not fall, spring and summer, but here in Louisiana it's pretty warm. But you see in like other cities and states that may have like the 4 seasons, that their spring fashion is a little bit different than their summer fashion, but here it's pretty much
the same thing.
Yeah. I really wish we did have like a cooler spring.
Me
Which
too.
sometimes we do. Like I think we have a cold front coming in a couple days.
We had spring, like I feel like we had spring for a couple days. Like it felt like windy and breezy, and it felt good. And
Yeah, like
now
today.
Now it's a little bit hotter. Like I like it when it was in like the 60s, and now it's like mid 70s.
Yeah.
But it still feels good.
I really like spring's like sweaters.
Me too. Like layers, like light layers, you know?
Yeah, and which that's kind of we don't really get that around here. Like if you may be cooler in the morning time, but by 10, it's like it's hot, and then you're down to like your base layer. But from what I've been reading and doing some research for the spring fashion to kind of see what's out there, and menswear right now is and I think changes a lot. Like for the most part, not as much as women's wear and that, but we're in this era of like trying to like push the boundaries and push the envelope for menswear. And if you watch The Devil Wears Prada, which is one of my favorite movies, I just love
She's
Meryl Streep.
She's so cutthroat.
Right. And then that famous line, it's like florals in spring. Is it revolutionary or it's something to where it was like, obviously there are going to be florals in spring during the springtime, and but this year I haven't seen a lot of it, which it's still there, and but it's more
print. Like for men.
Which I love a good floral tie or like
Chris had
shirt.
on a floral shirt.
Yeah, it was like clovers. It was really cool.
Yeah.
But I've seen more like the pastel colors and like the solid colors for that, and which is also a staple for spring, but also prints, like not just like floral prints, but like just like
random
crazy
prints.
Yeah,
I love the way that looks on the eye. It's cool. It's like it's got a lot of personality.
Right. It's a lot of streetwear, and it kind of it's a lot of guys won't wear it just because it takes a lot, but if you pull it off with confidence, I think anyone can do it. But
like I love leaves on shirts. Like that whole look, I think like the vibrant colors.
Like the tropical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just makes me feel like, oh cool, this dude's like fun. Like, he
right,
doesn't take himself
different.
Too seriously. Like he's cool.
And like I've seen a lot of like the print shirts, like whatever the print may be, but also like a solid pant, but like a colored pant, not just like jeans, but like a white or like a like
that's
a
the only
green
thing,
or
like I can't get with that.
olive.
Like I feel like pants. I like when pants are like solid or darker color. I don't know. I've never, ever, ever liked that. But some girls really do like that.
No, I love it. Like, I think it's great. And I think that, I don't know, I really like that um, contrast between like a print and a solid, and it not just being like a boring like a khaki or a jean, which is still acceptable. But I think, like the olive green pant is really one of my favorites.
I mean, like vibrant colors. Like I don't like bottoms.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like loud, solid bottoms. Like I think if you're gonna wear bottoms, like on me personally, on a man, like it's got to be like a dark burgundy or an olive or one of those more like muted neutral that can kind of pass as a neutral. Like in my head, olive green is like neutral to me.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're in your head this time. It's great.
In my head, I'm right.
But I agree. I think nothing like a yellow, which depending on the
like
situation.
That electric blue, like or white, even white. Like
white is it's a very hard to pull off.
I do like white bottoms on a man if the shirt is like striped. Like I think that's cool. I don't know why it looks Parisian to me.
Well, see, I think just with prints or like stripes or anything, I think I really like that look where the shirt is not a solid, but like, and it's different.
But it's not like crazy, It's
right.
not anything.
Or it could be. I mean, personally, I like that, but you know how I am.
Yeah.
I like that. So that's a trend I've been seeing, and camo is still around, like the camo look, which I think it's in women's wear too.
I actually really like camo.
It's growing on me.
I don't like, obviously I don't like I don't want to say like the traditional sense of camo, but like the muted.
Well, it's not like the camo.
Army camo.
Right. It's not like the hunting.
Yeah.
You're going into the woods.
Yeah.
But like the army, like the kind of the military look, which is also always the military has also always, been an influence in like menswear and women's wear. I mean, your jacket right now, that's like military inspired, and it's olive green too. But so that camo is still in trend right now.
Yeah.
Which is growing on me. It took me a while.
I
wasn't really.
I'm a lot more trendy than I gave myself credit for. Because like growing up, I hated all like these weird trends that everybody did, and I like pretty much all of them except for, we were talking about this at a wedding shower I was at the other day. I can't get with the chunky tennis shoes. I can't get with it.
I think they're kind of fading out right now.
I don't know. Like some pictures, like we were pulling up all these pictures, and I was like, if you were wearing like joggers, I like them with joggers. Like that's cool. Like whatever. It depends on the shoe. I don't like the big chunky white ones, but my friends, surprisingly, they were like, "Oh, I love it with like a dress," and I'm like, "Are you on crack? Like I don't think that's cute at all." But a lot of people in the room really liked it. So.
I think it's something.
Yeah.
I own a pair of those white chunky shoes.
Do you really?
But I got them.
You never wear them.
No, because I got them for a Halloween costume, and they were like $15 from Walmart, and it was for a Halloween costume this past year. I was like a cheerleader.
Oh my god.
The SNL Spartan cheerleaders. Shout out to Emily. She was my partner. If y'all ever look at that skit.
I do remember that. Wasn't she pregnant at the time?
Yeah, just not far
barely
along.
Pregnant. Yeah.
And I think this is Emily's third shout out. Now she's about to have her baby.
Yeah.
In like 4 weeks, I think. But so anyway, I was always too scared to wear them. I know I'm like always preaching like be confident and like, try your thing, but I was always like, I don't know, I don't think I have anything to wear them with. I don't know, I feel like I don't have a dress to wear.
Guys might wear them better than girls, maybe. But see, a lot of people don't like chunky boots. Mm-hmm. I adore chunky boots. Like I think that chunky boots with a flowy dress is the cutest thing ever. Like
it's kind of like the same thing.
Yeah, it is, and that's why I was kind of like, okay, well, like I may think that it's tacky and ugly, but I'm sure people cringe when I wear like those dresses that kind of go mid calf with like a chunky boot. I think that's so cute, and people are probably like, "Girl, please stop."
I've seen a lot of like the sneakers that are chunky and with like kind of business wear or like
That's what I don't like.
and like or like the slacks, but like the slacks kind of have to be like that. What's the word I'm looking for? They're not fitted. I mean, they're
Bootleg?
tailored, but no, it's like they're like the big leg, the wide leg.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking
It's that trend right now, which you don't really see a lot of like average guys wear that, which is
it's more like catalog type stuff.
right,
Yeah.
right, or like that you see like the celebrities will do it or
Yeah, but it was like stuff like that we were looking at, and it was like business suits, and then these.
Well, I think it was
God-awful tennis shoes.
inspired because like back in the day, or I mean, women do that, especially in bigger cities where they have to walk to work or have public transportation. I've seen this a lot whenever I've gone to, like DC and like New York and stuff, where these women
too, yeah.
are like wearing these tennis shoes on the way to work, and then like you see them outside putting on their heels, and so I think now it's more. Fashion is getting more practical in some sense.
It is,
and
yeah.
so I think that's just like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah, I agree. I saw one picture of Johnny Swim, his wife, Amanda Ramirez. She was going to Disney or something, or going to the airport, I think. And I've always loved, like, just like cute jogger sweatpants. Like I used to borrow my dad's growing up because that was the thing, and his oversized t-shirts or his oversized sweaters, and she was wearing like a oversized sweater, but it was like not a crop, but shorter, with some joggers and those white tennis shoes, and I thought she looked adorable. I think that like if you can like wear it well, it's not that bad. But if she were to wear that with like a dress or like a business suit, I'd be like.
So like speaking of like the oversized, that's another thing that's been around for a year or two, and that's still like the oversized shirt. Kind of like we're going back to the 90s, I think. I feel in that sense of not the whole like we were in the fitted for a while. We're in the like kind of show off like not your like but like your muscles, but like just like everything's like fitted, everything's like clean looking and straight laced and all that. And I think we're getting away from that, and it's like you see like Cole Sprouse, and like he's like big and like just like kind of oversized shirt, and or like Ariana Grande for the girls with a big jacket, and like
Yeah, but she always like wears tight stuff, and then she puts like an oversized jacket.
That's what I'm saying. But like you have like a good like undershirt. Like if you just seen this picture, it was I would say maybe 50s or 60s inspired. I don't really remember the era, but it's a big like button down shirt, like white like tank top, muscle shirt underneath, and like baggy pants, but everything is still like tailored, so it looks good. It was really neat.
That's
I mean,
still
obviously
very
that's like a
90s too, though.
yeah. So I
always-
think that's something we'll see for like spring, because it is flowy. It does allow for like air movement and like where it's not like all like suffocating in the heat, and which I really like. I really like those.
That it's coming back. I've always loved like baggy stuff, and everyone always hated on me for it, but I love it.
Yeah. Well, then it hides everything you don't want. You don't want to see. But the key to like wearing like the baggy things and is to get it tailored, to make sure it still fits you well in the right spots. Like, make sure your pants are not too long to where like they crinkle up at the bottom, or to where your shirt, like your sleeves are not too long. And I think that can like throw off the whole look. So style tip for that one. What else is on trend this year for spring? Oh, I've seen a lot of like like usually with spring you see a lot of the light colors.
Mhm.
Um, but I've seen a lot like the neutral, like the blacks, the grays, and the browns, like still in, which I think is really neat, and I like that look too. So don't throw out like your dark colors just for spring. Like I think you can pull off black, you can pull off the neutrals and still not look out of place or out of season.
Yeah.
Also metallic, like little features on shirts and stuff too. Like maybe like some floral prints, but like they're like in gold or like silver.
I don't know how I feel about that, but I know it's very popular.
Yeah, I think it's neat. It's something different. It adds a little bit of.
I'm more like an accessory with that kind of stuff. Like I don't want that on my clothes, but I love like a cute little clutch that's like say full metallic, or my shoes. Like we have a friend, Olivia. She always wears like the trendy, like different stuff that not everyone can pull off. And I feel like she has like clear heels. Do you know what I mean? Like it's so weird. I didn't like when she wore them. I was like, I don't know how I feel about them, but I really like them. Like clear, metallic, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Glitter, whatever, sequins.
Yes.
Yeah, so all the crazy stuff. I think that's cute for like little touches of it.
Yeah, and I think those are like for special occasions. Not like I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean that's up to you, but
like if you're dressing up or whatever.
Or like in like a fun like party or something, whatever. But I also really like the geometric shapes and like the tribal prints.
Me too.
And not just like tribal prints from like all over the world, which is really neat to see. So like some from like the Middle East and like India and like China, like those are all like different, and then like Africa and then like Native American and like the Latin American like tribal prints I think are really cool, and it's really cool to see the different trends or the different prints from the different areas and like throughout history, because I think I'm a history buff too and I love all that, but it's really cool to see the different ways that these cultures use like similar shapes, and it was and I think that's something that you'll see a lot of for spring, because it's fun and it's like
I like looking at like people's clothes and trying to figure out like I wonder where like that derived from. Like
right,
I wonder
the inspiration
what the
behind
inspiration is, like what culture kind of does that more of.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
Yeah, and geometric shapes like the is it the chevron is what they call the zigzag? Yeah, I call it zigzag, but
zigzag.
I think
that
the
was
official name.
Man, that was so big.
Yeah.
Like that was at every wedding, on every
it was
curtain,
annoying for a second.
every pillow. Like that was big. I never got into it, but it was really, really big.
I think in a more subtle way, I've seen a couple of menswear pieces with it.
Yeah.
And like more of a neutral, not like because it was like dramatic colors whenever it first came around a few years ago, but like now it's just, and I think it kind of goes with the tribal print, but with the tribal you still have like those touches of like the light blues or the oranges or the reds, and I think that's really neat to have that little subtle hint in the in like shirts or pants or belts, which I've seen a lot on the belts, which is really cool. Many people forget about belts. Like,
I love belts.
Usually the rule of thumb is make sure it matches your shoes, especially if it's like with a suit. But I think in like streetwear and everyday wear, it can be like a statement piece, and it's something that it can step up your outfit.
Yeah,
I
for
feel
sure.
like with men a lot too, you just kind of get the the brown, the black, or whatever the case may be. But I think with it's if you want to try a tribal print or like kind of a fun print, but you're too afraid to do it like with a shirt or a tie, or do a belt. I think
Do a belt. Where do you get your belts and your shoes from?
it depends. So for the belt, I feel like Old Navy has a really
Really? For
cool
belts?
selection. I've gotten a couple of belts from there before. I don't have any on the site, so I'm gonna have to look for some for this spring. It's something neat to add to. Where else have I gotten belts from? I don't really buy belts often, which is
Well, yeah.
I'm like preaching to the choir here. I need to like get a little
bit more. But they
bit
can
more.
go with everything, so just a few.
Yeah, for sure. I think the last 2 belts were from Old Navy.
Where do you get most of your shoes? Because you always have really good shoes.
Oh, thanks. It depends. I got the ones I'm wearing right now are my Vans, excuse me. I think I got them for Brack Room shoes. But everyone, and I may have mentioned this before, but everyone compliments these like brown shoes that I have. And like, they're for like business casual or like dressy, like they're like brown leather, and they're from Walmart.
I was gonna say, are those the ones from Walmart?
And they're so comfortable, and they were like $30.
Steps it up. Like,
and that's the second Walmart pair of shoes
don't sleep on Walmart,
man. And so everyone I get the most compliments from those shoes. Dillard's, whenever they have good sales, I'll go and get a nice pair of shoes. They say to spend money on your shoes and your mattress because you're going to spend time in either one. You know what I mean?
Man,
like,
I need a new mattress.
Invest in that, like, because like if you're not in one, you're in the other.
Yeah.
Which makes complete sense. I remember like buying shoes from Academy like every year for school. Like we'd go buy the tennis shoes, and I was like kind of miss that, which I don't do that anymore. Mainly because I don't wear tennis shoes often because I need to work out. Mainly because I need to work out more. But I have these really good pair that my sister got me for Christmas a few years ago, and they just work. But I think Rack Room shoes, they have a good selection that's kind of not like, only tennis shoes.
Do you ever buy your shoes online?
The only time I have is whenever I've gotten Toms.
Oh, I didn't know you had Toms.
It's been a few years since I've gotten a new pair, but I have a couple. I need to get some more because they got some new trends out.
I sprained my ankle one time wearing Toms.
Why am I not surprised?
In chemistry class, that was fun. The floors were really slippery though, like just to be fair.
And you're really clumsy.
Whatever.
Yeah, I knew that because I'm clumsy too, and that's why I don't exercise or do sports as much as I should.
Oh gosh.
But I mean that's just who I am as a person.
This is me.
Yeah, I'm not changing because I can't. So spring break is coming up, right?
Yeah, I don't even know when that is.
So I guess you have no plans for that.
I'm gonna be trying to get some hours in at the internship. But
yeah, how's that going?
It's good.
Yeah.
Yep.
You getting ready to graduate?
I am. I am getting ready. I have like 2 months left, right?
Yeah.
No.
So
we're almost in April.
Mm-hmm.
So a month and
Time
2
flies.
weeks, something like that.
What's your favorite, like, speaking of like spring and like Easter, which is like where everyone like kind of showcases like their big, like nice, like their new suit or new dress or new like.
What's my favorite?
Like tradition that you and your family have done, or like outfit that you've worn, or least favorite maybe.
Well, we aren't big on like traditions, I guess, because there's not a lot of us here, so it's kind of hard to. But we're big about Christmas. That's like our biggest. But for Easter, I would say as far as outfits go, there was this one Easter outfit. Okay, last year's Easter outfit, I did not like at all. Like, I thought that it looked okay. But then I saw pictures and I was like, no, this is not okay. But one year I wore a Kelly green skirt and it was textured. And I wore a white and like almost like a Middle Eastern blue. Do you know what I mean? Like that. You know, like the Mexican plates where it's like blue and white. It's also like those colors are really big in Chinese. Like
you like said like 3 different cultures.
I know because that blue.
But okay, yeah. I know what you mean.
I don't want to say it's like cobalt, but it's kind of similar. So I wore a white and that color blue top with a Kelly green skirt. but we were singing for Easter, our Easter church service, and I had to wear, they made us wear tights. So I had to wear, like, I just didn't like the outfit. Like, it just wasn't my look at all. But this year's outfit I really like. I already have it picked out. It's an orange skirt, and the bottom is like, I love like outfits that make me look like a salsa dancer. So my skirt, it's like kind of cut weirdly at the bottom, and it's flowy, but it's not all flowy, and it's like all like the edges are all like random, and then the top is cream with like it's floral. It's got like beautiful light pinks and burnt oranges and a little bit of green. And I'm going to wear some nude wedges with nude straps. And I'm going to wear my hair probably curly and crazy everywhere.
All right, so if y'all want to see that outfit, and because it sounds kind of crazy describing it, I guess you'll have to come to our Easter service at Living Way.
I just love outfits that like cinch your waist but like go crazy at the bottom. Like it's just flowy and your hair's everywhere and like, you know, it's just like, I don't know. That's when I'm most comfortable, when I'm just like flowy on the bottom and like, you know, I don't have to do my hair, so whatever. Okay.
I always remembered, like whenever Easter was coming around, we would go, and like my grandma would take us shopping, and we'd go with my cousins and my aunt, and we would just like pick out like a really like springy outfit, and like we would take pictures on the porch or like on the staircase, and it was like this whole big ordeal, either before or after church, usually before, because like we wouldn't mess it up. We had to take it off whenever we got home, because like we would do egg hunts and we wouldn't want to mess up the outfit. But we had to look cute for some reason for spring. I mean, for Easter, which is, it's just funny to look back on, and like, it's just one thing in our family. Like, it was like, we'd all have to go shopping, and they would take a Saturday out, and it was just like I would always like be easy because I'm a guy, but like my sister would not be easy. She was like very much a tomboy, did not like dress in like dresses or anything that like, I don't know. She was just really hard to dress, and like I couldn't tell you like that was she all like wasted so many like cute outfits because like my grandma and like my cousins would like buy her clothes and like she wouldn't wear them, and like so like they would just stay in the closet with tags on, and it was just, we always like kind of made fun of her for it.
Yeah.
But that was like one thing that we always did. Like that was like the big thing. Like, go pick out your Easter outfit, and we're gonna take pictures. And
it sounds like fun.
Yeah, it was a fun time. I miss Easter baskets though. Like
some people still get them our age.
Yeah,
they do. I don't remember ever getting one.
That's sad.
I don't think I did. I mean, maybe like from church. I know we used to have this really cool field where I grew up, and we would hunt for eggs the Saturday morning before Easter, and I was very competitive, and I went ham in like all the stuff. But that's like the most I can remember.
We still do which I don't know if you came to our Easter last year, but the past few years we've done like a crawfish bowl, and
I think I
did eggs. Like they would boil eggs and dye them, and we have very few like little cousins in the family that comes to our house for Easter, and so it's all like me and my siblings and my cousins that are a little older than us, a lot older than us, and like the kids will we'll hide the eggs for the kids, and like a few like me and my siblings will help the kids like hunt for eggs, and like so we get competitive, but then like someone will hide them for us adults, and like we'll be competitive, and it's just a fun time, and then we get mad and like throw eggs at each other.
Was that the day that you and Andrew fell into the pond? Was that Easter for Easter?
Fell. I think someone pushed us into the pond.
Yeah, who
like
did
a
that?
dad.
Yeah.
So even though my dad's like 52 years old, he can still, which is not old for those who are listening, but he's like we always joke like we're never gonna like be able to like beat him up or like overtake him until he's like in a wheelchair in a nursing home. And then we'll have our day where like, okay, Dad, you tortured us for all these years now, it's our turn.
That was so funny.
We're just a whole bunch of big kids in our family, which is fun. So but
I remember I think like I was in charge of getting the sauce. Do you remember that? And then we were like, I'll just go to Cane's and get the sauce. And it's like,
it's closed.
Cane's is closed. It's Easter.
Yeah, and they're like one of the few like fast food restaurants besides like Chick-fil-A that like, which Chick-fil-A doesn't do it often either, but like they close for like holidays or like they'll let their employees off for like half days for like the Super Bowl or.
Really?
Yeah, it's you'll see the sign like it's really cool.
For football, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like really big.
I mean, it's like America's sport.
It's like,
So
I'm just like, wait, what? Who plays? I don't know anything about this.
I'm like, oh, there's a football game before the concert. But so anyway, we'll wrap this up. Just be on the lookout for these trends on CorbellosMenswear.com, and I'm sure I'll have a blog post coming out soon about that. Oh, and speaking of Corbello's Menswear, which this is airing, this won't drop until like a few days from now, but today is like 6 months since Corbello's Menswear has launched.
What's today's date?
The 24th.
24th, yeah.
Yeah, and so happy 6 months to us. It's been a journey, and it's been fun, and it's really, I can't wait to see what the other 6 months and beyond have for us at Corbello's Menswear. Yeah. So thank you for joining us. If you want any more information about Corbello's Menswear, visit CorbellosMenswear.com. Be sure to rate us on like Spotify and iTunes and Podbean, and if you like what we have, leave comments. Any suggestions that you want us to cover or want us to change, or even things that you like, let us know, and we'll see you next week, or we'll talk to you next week. Do good. Bye.